Hey guys, so today I wanted to make a video on why I collect military stuff. Why do we collect military stuff? What's the point of doing this, right? I made a video similar to this probably 7 or 8 years ago, and I wanted to make an updated version or video now that I've collected more and then just been through a lot more with the collecting over the years, and my knowledge has changed and just different stuff like that. A lot of you guys can probably relate to what I'm going to talk about in this video, but I just wanted to talk to you guys and people that are maybe new to my channel on why us military collectors, why do we collect? What's the purpose? What's the reason? Why do we get excited about it? And so I've got a table full of stuff here. I'm going to bring you in and let's get started. All right. So, variety of things here on the table, like usual. Just kind of panning the table here, and then I'll kind of go over some things more in detail, in depth, as I talk through this video. I appreciate you guys tuning in and everything. Thank you for all your support. And so again, why do we collect military stuff? Honestly, a lot of you guys are probably like me, grew up watching old war movies. I can tell you this right here, the Dirty Dozen. I got this when I was, I believe, 12 or 13 years old. This exact VHS, my grandmother bought it for me. This was my favorite war movie growing up as a teenager. And, I fell in love with it, right? And then, a little bit later in my teens, the PlayStation 2 came out. And I think I was about 16 or so. And I got this Medal of Honor Frontline game. And there's other Medal of Honor games. There's other Call of Duty games. I got all of them for PlayStation 2. But, I fell in love, playing the games and stuff. And just like stuff like this, these little army men, playing with these guys, when I was a little kid, 30 years ago or so, 25, 30 years ago, playing with these, and it was exciting. It was fun, creating your own battles or going to war and everything. Again, watching the movies, playing the games, watching documentaries, reading books, autobiographies, getting to talk to people in person. It's real exciting and everything. I've always loved history. Honestly, I was terrible in school. I didn't apply myself. I wish I had, but I was always good in history class because I loved history, especially like, military history and stuff. Those you guys have been following me know that I did not serve in the military myself. It does run in my family. I wish that I had, but honestly, I had a hernia. Had to have a hernia surgery. And, I was the last one to carry on my family name and just undecided what I wanted to do with my life. And so I did not serve in the military. And I think about it all the time and wish I had. But I feel like I'm doing my part by collecting to do my part to show how fun it is to collect, how interesting it is, the hunt for the item, how fun it is to research, and it's just so fun, networking with people, going to shows, meeting people, creating contacts, sharing each other's collection, looking at videos and pictures and stuff. And I collect, to preserve the memory of those that served, to give honor to those that served, and again, a lot of this stuff you see here on the table could end up in a landfill or could have ended up in a landfill, if it wasn't in my collection. Now, you guys know I get stuff from all over the place, from individuals, antique stores, flea market, estate sales, and so forth. But again, there's so much of this stuff that's lost every year. Just imagine the stuff that's sadly lost to house fires, to tornadoes, to hurricanes, to floods, that's thrown away by family members or people that don't want it. It's really sad and everything. And so, these items here, they're not just items. I think of these as people. These are people here, right? The memories of people that served and everything. And like, just for example, right here, this, most of you guys know this is a M3 flak helmet. And I just think when I look at that, think about an airman up thousands of feet in the air, in the sky, on a B-17 or whatever. They might be on a gunner or whatever else, and they might be taking flak in their plane. And honestly, I just saw this the other day. It looks like this possibly could have been grazed by a bullet. Again, I can't say for sure, but it sure looks like it. You can tell by the indentation in there and everything. But again, just think about being thousands of feet up in the air wearing that, hoping that, a piece of flak or bullet or whatever doesn't hit you or the plane doesn't get hit and explode or crash to the ground. How scary that would be, And, collecting can be exciting. It can also be sad, maybe even a little bit morbid, depending on what you collect and everything. But, You know, again, it's our duty to keep history alive. There's so much going on trying to erase history. Could you imagine if all this was just gone? It just disappeared. It just like, again, we study it, research it, we learn from it because we don't want it to repeat itself, right? So again, I think about that particular airman right here, this man right here in this photo, nice looking guy, Ninth Armored Patch there. I just wonder about this guy's life after the war. I hope he survived the war. Did he get married? Did he have a family? Is he still alive? It just makes you wonder. You just wonder about the person. It's almost like you connect with the people that wore these or used these through these items, right? You feel a connection to those people, right? And even, something like this, this is a killed in action Purple Heart. It's named Arthur Bernard Stoff. He was killed. He went to war and he didn't come home. He didn't get to come home, So there's a medal here, that basically represents what he did. He paid the ultimate, he sacrificed his life in the line of duty, and I think about stuff like that. Right here, I got a Vietnam era, with the Mitchell cover helmet right here. I think about, a Vietnam soldier over there in the jungle. You might come in contact with booby traps you don't see, trip a tripwire, or there might be the enemy, the Viet Cong up in a tree. You just don't know it. You're scared all the time and everything. I think about the Vietnam veterans. They don't get enough credit, as they deserve, and they were treated like crap when they came home, and it's awful. It's terrible. Right here, I got a British helmet, World War II helmet. This could have been worn by, a British soldier in the North Africa, in the desert. You know what I mean? What was it like being in the heat of the desert, being thirsty and everything, dehydrated, scared? Maybe, you start hallucinating because you're so dehydrated and weak from the heat and everything. And I mean, I just think about stuff like that. Right here, the iconic, the M1 helmet, millions of them were made and everything. And basically the soldiers, they lived out of these things. I've even made a video, the many uses of a helmet. I made it to be funny and everything, but if you want to check that out, I'll put it in the description of this video. But again, they ate out of this, they bathed, they cooked, they shaved, they put family photos in there. They had all kind of purposes. They carried eggs, they carried grenades, ammo. I mean, there's so many uses. They basically lived out of their helmet. It's almost like their helmet was their suitcase in a way. I even think about like combat boots. These right here, you guys know I love double buckle combat boots. These have a laundry number, so they belong to someone. Someone wore these. Someone, laced up these boots. Someone buckled the buckles there. Think about where the soles of these shoes, the bottom of these boots were wore, the dirt, the different countries, that these were walked in and everything. You think about the soldier, again, did he live? Did he survive? You want to think he did. I mean, I'm sure he did if his boots made it home. I'm just, just get your mind going in so many different directions, it becomes fascinating, Right here, this is a World War I U.S. mess kit from 1918, and I think about the guy who was, eating out of this thing. I don't have the utensils with it, but the guy, I mean, again, you just wonder about his life. Was he a young man? Did he join a little bit later on in life? Did he have a family? Did he have parents and stuff? I mean, you think about, was he scared? I'm sure he was. What was he thinking when he was maybe in the trenches, when he went over the top? You just think about stuff like that. Right here, I got a nice canteen. I think about a soldier being so thirsty, that he pulls out his canteen just to drink water. And think about all the times a soldier was thirsty and his canteen was empty. It's terrible. It's sad. It's very grueling being war. There's the brotherhood and everything, and all that's great and everything, but there's a lot of sadness. I'm sure there's loneliness and fear. And again, just hunger and dehydration and worry and stress, fatigue, And so, I feel like I collect this to keep and honor these service members, right? Because these are people. These represent people. They're not just objects, Even right here, I think about it, this is a Russian pistol dated 1925, an M95 model. I think about, a Russian officer carrying this around, Maybe it was at Stalingrad or something, you know what I mean? Right here, I got a German P08 Luger. Think about, the officer, the German officer that was originally issued this and used it and everything. And I mean, you think he could have been taken prisoner, could have been killed. This could have been taken off his body. He maybe handed it over when he was captured to an American soldier. The soldier brought it home. It's just fascinating trying to think and wonder, where all this has been, who's handled it, where it's been shot, who's been shot by it. You don't want to think about people getting killed by the guns and stuff we use, but I mean, there's a high possibility of it. Right here, this ammo box, maybe there was a machine gun, they're running out of ammo. You had an ammo carrier who had this in his hand running across the battlefield to help, give ammunition to the machine gunners. They needed ammo. They're running low or they're running out. Their position's about to be run over. I mean, you just think about stuff like that. Whose hand handled this handle, and where were they? Were they afraid? Were they scared? Were they being shot at while they had this in their hand? I got a Japanese rising sun flag here. You think about a Japanese soldier, they were fanatical, they love the emperor and their country and everything. They would die, for their emperor. They would die for their country and stuff like that. Think about this could have been with a Japanese soldier down 100 feet in a cave or something, or in a jungle, could have been this pack. This could have been taken after he was killed by an American soldier brought home. I mean, you just wonder. Got this bayonet right here. It's this right here. You think this would have been attached to a British Enfield World War I British rifle. And you think about, I mean, look how long it is. Could you imagine being stuck with this? I mean, did this bayonet, was it attached to a British Enfield rifle? And did someone get stabbed by this? Did someone, go over the top with bayonets fixed? And this particular bayonet was on someone's rifle running across no man's land, I mean, again, you wonder and you think about stuff like that. Here we got the iconic, the M1 Garand, the greatest battle implement ever devised. Patton said that. This basically feel like, this helped win the war. It wasn't the only thing that won the war. It took heroic acts and bravery and courage and a collective effort from all the allies, and everyone that participated, trying to, help us to be free and to end the war and all that. Think about this. I mean, slung over an American soldier's arm, as he's patrolling or maybe firing at the enemy, I mean, again, you wonder and you think about that. It just becomes so exciting and fascinating. Right here, I've got this World War II Class A dress jacket. And it's not just a jacket. It belonged to a member in the 14th Air Force. Also the 3rd Air Corps, right? And here, look, this actually has dog tags. It didn't just belong to a person. It belonged to Leroy M. Ridgway, and he was from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Leroy Ridgway. So again, this isn't just a jacket. This represents a person that wore this, that earned the ribbons, that, earned the rank, and so forth. You just think and wonder about stuff like that. And so it becomes fascinating, especially when you can share your collection like I do with you guys and you do with me and others. When we can meet up in person, we can, look out for each other and send each other messages. Hey, did you see this on eBay, or did you know about this upcoming show? You know what I mean? It's really cool to find other people you can connect with that have the same passions and everything that you do. But again, this right here is just a variety of stuff I pulled out of my collection. You guys know how passionate I am about collecting military stuff. I've been collecting about 17, 18 years now, roughly. I grew up watching old war movies and reading books. I never thought I'd collect stuff like this. I'm thankful that I've been able to. It's taken a lot of time. It's taken definitely a lot of money and patience and everything. And so I just encourage all of you to keep on collecting. Keep on, going out and hunting for new items to add to your collection. Make YouTube videos if you feel to do so. Share pictures of your collection. And I mean, some people want to keep it to themselves and are private and everything, and I understand stuff like that. You do got to be careful. You don't want just anybody off the street coming in your house, into your man cave or whatever, looking at what you have and making a mental note of what they want to come back and steal or whatever. People are like that, unfortunately, but I just appreciate you guys who support me. And again, meet up with me. I look forward to meeting you guys up at the Show of Shows in about 3 months. It's going to be a lot of fun, exciting. But I'd love to hear what you guys think about this, how you can relate to it, maybe other things I didn't think of to mention in this video. But it's just so fun and exciting. And a lot of you guys, I'm sure, can relate to what I'm saying. But anyways, guys, let me know what you think. Let me know the reasons why you collect. What got you into collecting? What lit that spark or that fire inside of you and got you pumped up to collect? Or why you decided to join the military and serve, your family history and stuff like that. Maybe even consider making your own version of this video and putting it out there on your YouTube channel. Or if you don't make videos already, go just think about it. It can be hard starting a channel. I mean, you're going to get negative people at times. You're going to get people that disagree with you, people that don't like the way you talk. I've had people that don't like my southern accent. They'll get over it, or they can just move on to the next channel. It doesn't bother me. I'm not going to change who I am for somebody. I'm who God made me to be. But again, just think about that. Overall, it's a positive thing to make videos and share your collection. But again, I appreciate you guys so much. I thank all of you from the bottom of my heart. Let me know what you think. Please hit the like button. If you haven't already, please subscribe. I would love to have you as a subscriber. Share this video and comment and let me know what you think. And I'll be getting back to you soon, guys. So thank you.